Hey guys, Shoot here, and today I'm bringing you a special video. I believe this is probably my first tactics or basic analysis video for Battlefield so far, but I really, ever since Wake Island came out on the DLC, I have really enjoyed being in a helicopter. I have become better, if is word to say, and I'm going to go over some basic things you should know about the helicopter, how to be effective with it, and basically, in my opinion, the only way you're going to win on Wake Island is with the helicopter. Without the helicopter, you're going to get shut down on Wake Island Rush. There's no doubt that that's not going to happen. So, without further ado, I'm going to go over the basic specifications that you can use for the attack helicopter. So, first we have IR flares. I recommend that both the driver and the pilot, the driver and or pilot and the gunner have IR flares so you can alternate back and forth. If you're doing work on a map, on any map, you will get locked fairly quickly and easily. Now, secondly, heat seekers. I recommend those. I believe they're only actually available as for the gunner position, and I do recommend the gunner using heat seekers. I use them. Next you have stealth. Stealth, basically what it does is, if you want to wear it, takes longer for things to lock on. In my opinion, not really sure if it works that well, but I do recommend the pilot uses this. Now what I'm going to say here is, if you were in a helicopter of any sorts with your friend or someone you know and you're playing with and you're talking and you have communication with, it is in your best interest as a pilot and as whatever to, in fact, or driver, to, I don't even remember what I was going to say, to run stealth, we'll say, if you're the pilot, because most likely the gunner is going to do more work. The pilot needs to focus on flying the plane, avoiding the rockets and missiles and ground fire and everything else that's going on. Let the gunner get the kills, let the gunner do the work, but when, of course, there's anti-air, or, I mean, if you have a decent enough pilot to where when he's making his rounds he can spray his rocket pods, go for it, you know? I'm not saying you shouldn't shoot your rocket pod, that's better, because not only do you then, in fact, decrease the damage that has already been put down and suppression already put down on the soldiers on the ground, then you make it easier for the pilot, the gunner, to pick up his kills, which in the end results in destruction everywhere. So, next is the autoloader. Now, I don't believe I've used this with the as the pilot. I really don't fly much, as you can see in my video right now. I'm the gunner and I tear up. But I do extremely recommend this if you're using the gunner. It allows you for basically have no load time and basically fully automatic 30 round after 30 round ammunition, which equals total disaster. Now, next you have zoom optics. Zoom optics do in fact take the place of the IR flares, sadly. Zoom optics are effective, but if you have a good pilot, you really don't need them. Next, you have proximity scan, which I'll read the exact definition. Attack, oh wait, never mind. External sensors detect and reveal enemy units on your minimap. Now, I'm not sure if that just means if that means air, if it means at your level or below you. I've never used it, so I cannot specify. Next, you have air radar, which obviously that speaks for itself. It shows enemy aircraft and friendly aircraft. Next, you have guided missiles, and I'm going to read this actually. And it's guided missiles launched by the helicopter gunner, which allow you to track enemy land vehicles and equip laser designated. Oh, guided missiles. Scratch that. Guided missiles are I'm confused. What's better, guided missiles or heat seekers? I don't know. We'll have to look into that. But they're basically the same thing, except guided missiles, I believe, it seems better. The extinguisher, I kind of learned a little bit more about this after I thought it was going to be very helpful, but in reality it's not. The probability, if you and your gunner are good with your system and how you run the flares, you shouldn't get disabled. And of course, make sure one of you is an engineer so you can land in the vehicle for an emergency landing if you have to. But other than that, you don't really need it. Maintenance, it's okay. Recommend that you have the pilot using it, not the gunner. But I actually do believe it takes place of flares, so just like the extinguisher, not really worth it. Thermal optics, never used it, but of course it's thermal, so we all know what that means. Next, the laser painter, which is laser mounted targeting system, designates an enemy vehicle in the line of sight, automatically painting the enemy as a target for the teammates and using laser guided weapons. In a sense, that's pointless, doesn't really do anything. It's more of a team type vehicle, but doesn't really help get kills or anything. Next, you have below radar. When flying at low altitudes, your heat signature is decreased, hiding you from enemy radar and preventing enemy air-to-air missile systems from locking on you. Not exactly sure what that means. Don't have it unlocked, so I cannot say whether it works or not. But I do, in fact, almost have the attack helper ranked up all the way. I will eventually do a battle log video. I've talked about that in the past, and we will do that. Next, you have the EMC jammer, which is the electronic countermeasures, including chaff launchers and decryptive transmitters to prevent your aircraft from being locked on by enemy weapon systems for a short time when activated. Not sure what that means. Haven't unlocked it. Cannot specify. Next, you've got the guided rocket. Pilot rockets are equipped with semi-active guidance systems, increasing the accuracy and thereby range of effectiveness. Basically, I guess it's heat seekers or guided missiles with extra range and accuracy. Next, TV missile, which is basically a gunner-controlled predator missile, I guess you could say, from the helicopter. Haven't used it, can't say if it's effective. But my setup as the passenger, I have the autoloader, either guided missile or heat seekers. I'm not exactly sure which one's which now as I read them and looked at them, and IR flares. That's what I run. That's what I find to be most effective. So if you want to use it, go ahead and use it. Let me know what you think. But okay. Now onto the basic tactics. Oh, as you can see, actually, as I can see, I am using zoom optics on this video. This is, in fact, my best helicopter gameplay. I won't say the score, we'll say that at the end of the video. But, now, as you can see very easily, my pilot is a friend, and this is the strategy we found out to be the best. I'm an okay pilot, but I'm definitely not the best. He's better, and most of my other friends are better than me, but I can hold my own. If I have to fly, I can fly. You know, we've had instances where he's gotten shot out of the helicopter for some reasons, or I've gotten shot out, or I've gotten in the helicopter and he hasn't, and I've had to fly or something like that. So things happen, but make sure you have, if you're talking with someone on real life, and you're talking to them via communications, the person that's best comfortable flying is flying, and has the most experience is flying, okay? Let's just let that be said and known. But whenever you see that lock thing, what you want to... Oh, another good tactic for the pilot should be spamming the back button on your Xbox controller or whatever, or the select button on your PS3, or basically the spot button for whatever system you're playing on. The pilot should always be spamming that button as he's going, so he can provide spotting assists. He will get a lot of... My friend probably gets half of the points I get usually in a game, mostly because he spots everybody and gets assist points because he hits them. And my phone is ringing. Really don't want to take this, but we're going to pause this and we'll be right back. Sorry for the delay, guys, but we are back, and that was my dad, so I had to answer the phone. But if the audio's off or whatever, stuff's off, just live with it. But back onto the basics and what we were talking about before. When in fact you're in a helicopter, it is in your best interest to have the best pilot possible flying it. You want to work as a team. You want to have a system for flares. You want to know what's going on. And you want to be efficient. I have other gameplays specifically where we're taking out where the air support, like the vehicle right there, is just destroying us, and we do a very good job of taking it out and still moving up and providing support. Right here, I in fact get shot out of the plane via a rocket. I find that to happen every once in a while. It happens for the gunner. I mean, the pilot, my friend's gotten shot out a few times by tank shells and whatnot, just, you know, or just by the anti-aircraft gun just shooting them out and stuff. Right here, we're encountering some very hardcore anti-air right now, but we get right back in the action and right back to what we're doing good. But now, sometimes what you want to do, and if you can see here, we fly most likely we fly a very similar route via every pass we make. We fly the most effective route, you know, the way that we, you know, that we can get kills, where we can maneuver on everything, where we have... What you want to learn is you want to learn that the spawn points of air support and vehicles on the map, so when they come in, you can see it, you can attack them, you can get right on them. If you can get a shot off of your cruise missiles right when the guy hops in it and already have it disabled before you even get to it, you can finish him off with probably another missile or just gunner fire or rocket pods from the pilot. It's all very cool. I will have a lot more tactics and more videos coming up, but this is just a basic overlay, very basics of what you need to know, and you know, the things that will make it effective. Of course, Wake Island is the best map for the helicopter. Karg Island is also good. Haven't really done it much on Caspian Border. Caspian Border doesn't have an attack helicopter. Maybe it has one in Conquest. This is all rush based, just to let you guys know. I play Rush, and that's what goes on. But I did go 31-2. We died once, maybe twice, but at least once in the entire thing. But that's it, guys. There will be further tactics videos, and also I'm going to be doing a dual com with my pilot, and we're going to talk a whole bunch about Battlefield and about everything else. A whole bunch of cool stuff will be going down there, and I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please give it a like, and this video is not really hard to make or anything, but it is a cool video to show. The stats played in the background, but this is really weird. The audio is going over this, but I do and hope you really enjoyed this. More tactics videos will come on helicopters and for the games in general. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.